All right, so far you've been able to look at your 360 feedback through the lens of emotion and behavior. Now it's time to learn how to observe yourself in real time, all in this episode of Turning a New Leaf. Hello and welcome to Turning a New Leaf. In this series we talk about important professional, self-leadership, and relationship topics. I'm here to give you something to think about and to work on in just 5 minutes. Now is when the post-feedback review assignment rolls out and things get a bit more difficult. You need to be able to observe your feelings and your behaviors in real time. This is something you likely won't be able to do out of the gate. You can start by doing something like a post-mortem on your interactions. How did you feel going into the discussion? Was it planned or a surprise? Was there a moment when you felt tensions rise in yourself or perhaps sensed them in others? What was the trigger for that? After the interaction, did you feel calm and satisfied, or did you feel somewhat uneasy, guilty, or perhaps frustrated? You might also think about keeping a journal of your interactions. Notes about the person, the source of disagreement, the stakes, the emotions you felt during the discussions, and how you think you behaved versus how you felt at the time. Talk to your coach about your self-reflections. They should be able to help you tie it back to your feedback in a meaningful way and help you start to understand why you behave the way you do in certain situations. You should also put your feedback to work for you by being transparent about it. You can enter a discussion by openly acknowledging your faults, or if you're not comfortable with that level of transparency, talk with a trusted colleague and tell them what you've learned about yourself and enlist their help in improving. A simple statement like, "I've learned I use humor inappropriately when people are trying to have a serious debate," will go a long way. And if you have a particularly strong personality, giving others permission to confront your behavior is an important step. Even so, you should expect it will take a considerable amount of time before you create an environment of trust strong enough that people will feel comfortable calling you out publicly or even privately. After working on this for a while, you'll start to be able to see it coming, as we mentioned in the previous episode. This is a crucial skill for leaders. In the course of meetings, discussions, or other interactions, it is important to notice when yours or others' emotions are starting to drive the bus. This skill gives you the opportunity to pause, consider your real intent, and redirect the focus away from emotions. There is a very important piece of this puzzle, though, and that is understanding why these situations trigger your emotional response. We'll continue to talk about that, but to be fair, you're going to need help to reach that level. It isn't going to happen by listening to me talk about it. You need a coach who is willing to take you on a voyage of self-discovery. Next time on Turning a New Leaf, we'll continue to unpack how you can use your feedback and what it looks like when you achieve self-observation. I'll see you then.